Live from Arkansas' streaming news leader, this is THV 11 Morning News at 7 on THV 11 Plus.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us here on THV 11 Plus. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy President's Day. If you get to celebrate and take a day off and go buy a mattress, good for you.
Yeah, mattress sales are very good right now.
Absolutely.
And it's all week usually.
Is that what goes along with President's Day?
I guess
mattress
so.
sales? Because
Yeah.
I think of TVs for
TVs.
Super
Sales
Bowl.
in general,
Like Super Bowl is
for
TVs.
sure mattress.
Labor Day is furniture, I feel like.
Yeah.
Nice furniture, yeah.
Okay.
It's always a mattress on
I never
President's Day.
thought about that before.
Always some kind of a sale.
There's a
around the
really-
holiday.
I knew it's sales, but yeah, I guess you're right. It does focus on.
There's a really good Nate Bargatze joke about that.
I
That's a sketch. It's a
listen,
sketch he
I was
did.
not going to go there.
Yeah.
I was.
How do we celebrate the leaders of our country? By buying a mattress, of course. It's really funny if you've ever seen it.
I'm laughing
And if you haven't, now you know.
I'm laughing
on the inside.
right here. Look,
Well,
y'all,
stores are
Monday,
not open yet, so traffic can't be about mattress
Yeah, what's the
sales.
traffic to the furniture store?
I should maybe I should do a mattress store
You should.
traffic check.
Special
Yeah.
episode.
President.
How fast can you go in horse and buggy like it's, the 19th century?
Well, it's slowing us down a little bit this morning. The fog is slowing us down a little
Oh,
bit.
the mattresses are not.
So did the Miller
mattresses
Fillmore
are not.
administration. They slowed us down as well. We got going.
We shouldn't have a whole lot of volume on the roads today, even though we had a lot of schools that were out for that winter weather. I thought, well, maybe they'll be in today. But no, besides Lake Hamilton, you said
Lake
they're
Hamilton's
in, right?
in school.
Yeah.
I heard all about it.
Oh,
from
your
some
mom is
teachers
a
at
teacher
dinner
there.
last night.
Yeah.
Chuck, Thomas, Mom, everybody.
Oh, man.
We going to school tomorrow? Yep, they're
Yeah, still a lot of schools that are out today and a lot of people that are off work for this President's holiday, but it looks like a few cars are hitting the road right now. Don't let this fool you. This looks like a nice clear day, but there is a lot of fog that Tracy's going to tell you about here in just a few minutes. But as far as slowdowns go, we're not seeing any yet on the roadways here in the metro area. No accidents or disabled vehicles. Tracy, though, let's talk about that fog a little bit and what we can expect today.
Well, here we are taking a look from our camera. You can see that it is just kind of blanketed upon us. It has laid itself down here. It's made its own little mattress across central Arkansas. Well, really across a good portion of the state. That's the state capital, if you can barely see there, but there it is as we are looking at a few areas that aren't quite as dense as others. As we are heading through the morning, we'll continue to see that. We'll hopefully start to see this moving on out by 9 a.m. The dense fog advisory does last until then, and that means we could see those visibilities a quarter mile or less. So it is certainly going to slow you down this morning as you are heading out. No matter where you're coming from across the metro, just outside, you're going to be dealing with that as you're making your way in. Ashley, of course, is keeping an eye, and it's not completely socked in, from start to finish. You'll have a few clearer areas than others, but those areas that are down to like quarter mile or even less, it's going to take you a little bit. 39 in the capital city. We've got a few 40s here and there. We are looking for a beautiful day ahead once we get this fog out of here. And if you're home enjoying it, you can look at all these tower cams because they're pretty cool looking, but it's not so much if you're driving in it. Overall, though, plenty of sunshine. Looking for that high in the mid 60s.
We're starting this morning with a crime alert out of Beebe. A suspect is in the city's jail accused of killing someone. It began when 911 got a call from someone reporting they'd found a neighbor dead. Beebe police arrived on the scene Friday and determined it was a homicide case. This morning, officers have since arrested a suspect who is locked up in the White County Detention Center. So far, no word on the identity of the person being held.
This morning, we are working to learn more about a collision in a very busy part of North Little Rock after an apparent police chase. Here's the details for you. This is video from Friday night at Broadway and Locust, right off of I-30 at the Simmons Bank Arena exit. Multiple agencies reporting to the scene, including North Little Rock Police, LRPD, State Police, and fire crews. We are waiting on details from NLRPD about how it started and whether anyone was hurt or arrested.
In Jefferson County, authorities are investigating a deadly hit and run that happened in Pine Bluff. Police tell us Oscar Moore was hit Saturday night and killed. The driver involved is believed to have left the scene. If you or anyone you know has information, you're urged to contact the Pine Bluff Police Department. Just about 7:05 in national news, a partial government shutdown is in effect due to a lack of funding for the Department of Homeland Security.
Congressional lawmakers went home last week without passing a budget bill. That means TSA employees, the Coast Guard, and FEMA will not receive pay.
This shutdown is sparked by federal immigration officer tactics in Minnesota, leading to the deaths of 2 Americans, Renee Good and Alex Preddy, both remembered at a community gathering Saturday.
They want, I know what they can live with. The Democrats have gone crazy.
To ensure that ICE is actually reined in is to change things dramatically, boldly, meaningfully through legislation. And that's what this showdown is all about.
Tens of billions in previous funding will already allow ICE and Customs and Border Protection to operate during the shutdown. The State Department is planning to form a new bureau now to respond to disasters and provide humanitarian aid. It comes months after the Trump administration eliminated U.S. aid, moving some of those responsibilities directly under the State Department's control.
Sources confirm efforts like disaster response work will be part of the new bureau. Questions remain surrounding staffing and funding, and it is not clear yet when the bureau will officially open. Congress must still be notified before the reorganization is finalized. This morning, we are entering a 3rd week in the search for Nancy Guthrie.
Right now, police are focused on the clothing the suspect was seen wearing in that security footage from the night Guthrie was taken. And the FBI is upping the reward for information that leads to her or the suspect's location to $100,000.
CBS News correspondent Bradley Blackburn has the very latest, including a message from Guthrie's family.
We still have hope.
In a new video, Today Show co-host Savannah Guthrie made this plea to whoever is holding her mother.
It is never too late to do the right thing.
Police believe Nancy Guthrie was taken from her home on February 1st. The FBI says a black glove found near her Arizona home is being tested for DNA and that it matches the gloves seen worn by the suspect in doorbell camera footage.
We've got to find that guy. Somebody out there knows who this is.
Authorities are asking for the public's help to find the suspect, who they believe is male, 5'9" or 5'10" tall, with an average build. Sources tell CBS News investigators have reviewed security camera video at this Tucson Walmart store as they focus on the black Ozark Trail hiker pack the suspect was wearing in the surveillance footage. The backpack is sold exclusively at Walmart. Friday, law enforcement searched a second house located less than 2 miles away from Guthrie's home and an SUV, though no arrests were made.
The whole world just wants to know where she is.
Members of the community signed a giant Bring Her Home banner hung outside of Tucson's local NBC affiliate.
I just think of, what if this was my mother, and I just feel so bad for them.
All hoping she'll be found as the search stretches into a 3rd week. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Switching gears now, let's turn to Ashley King, get a check of the traffic at this hour. The fog looks like it's getting a little better.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit better right now. We are seeing some foggy conditions, as we heard Tracy talking about just a few minutes ago. Let me move over this way. This is a look at Interstate 430 here at the Arkansas River Bridge. And, a few minutes ago, we were looking at 630 where it looked completely clear. You couldn't tell there's any fog, and that's just down the road from here. But, of course, the closer you get to the river, you're going to see some fog, and that's what's happening right here. But let's get a look at our live traffic map. Things look pretty good right now, aside from the fog. So just give yourself some extra time because you may need to take it a little bit slower. The visibility is a little bit low, but we're not dealing with any accidents or major slowdowns right now. But Tracy's going to show you exactly where that fog is affecting us, right, Tracy?
Yeah, we are in a blanket of clouds at the moment as we are looking up this tower cam. Again, very cool to look at, not so cool to drive in this morning as we are watching this dense fog across our entire area here. And as you saw, there's areas that aren't so bad. And then, you'll come into this. Of course, this is a bit elevated. We're looking from the top, but still dense fog advisory through 9 a.m. this morning, and we're continuing to see those visibilities 1/4 mile or less. Certainly seeing that along all those major ways to get into the metro, so take your time. I know we are looking at a few areas still going to school this morning, so that's going to impact again the buses, and make sure in the neighborhoods that you are being extra careful with the kids at the bus stop. So we are looking here in Central Arkansas, certainly holding steady. I'm glad about that. A little over 1/4 quarter of a mile. So 39 in the capital city. We're seeing lots of 30s across the state. It's not too chilly out there, but we will warm up nicely today, looking for that high right around the low to mid 60s. And as we're heading into your Tuesday, we'll see a bit more cloud cover, but we're also going to see those temperatures start to go up as well. So could see some 70s tomorrow. I think this one's holding back just a little bit. It's nervous because of all that fog. We'll talk more about it, and I'll find a good map that says 70s for tomorrow coming up.